Hi sweet moms and dads, it's Edie here and you are watching Smart Parent Stories, and today we're going to talk about baby-led weaning, or also called baby self-feeding. What exactly is baby-led weaning and what makes it such a good approach to starting your baby on solid food. One of the reasons how I started the whole baby-led weaning thing was I was looking for information about introducing solids when my baby gets to the stage of, I think he was 5 months old when I started looking for information, and just by pure chance I saw this article about baby-led weaning. I loved the whole concept, the whole idea behind it, so I just tested it with Mika. I was very cautious and anxious about the whole baby food. I didn't want to introduce him to something that has been produced somewhere without knowing what's in it. And of course I wanted him to really enjoy and love food. I wanted to make sure he does not go through a stage where he would reject or hate food. So what's baby-led weaning? Baby-led weaning simply means that you offer to your 6-month-old child wholesome finger-sized food and let them suck it, lick it, mush it, munch on it, grind it, whatever they can do at this stage. You don't interfere, you don't make any baby food, you don't make any puree, you don't mash, you don't buy blenders. So it's all skipping the whole puree phase. So it's awesome. There are of course a couple of rules about baby-led weaning. The main ones are you don't do baby-led weaning if your baby is not 6 months old, so you need to wait until they get to this stage because that's when they're developmentally ready to handle food by themselves. The second is that you never ever put anything into your baby's mouth. Some moms and dads, they just want to help. Oh, let me help you. Give them a preloaded spoon if you want to, but make sure that the control is in their hands. And the third one is you don't cut on the milk feeds. Within the first year, the main nutrition for your baby comes through the milk. So you have to keep continuing breastfeeding or giving them the bottle. So why feeding our babies by themselves is such a good thing? Let me share with you my 4 favorite benefits of this approach. So number one is the healthy relationship with food that babies build. And I know that this can be a little bit speculative to say because it's such a long-term benefit, you don't really see the result immediately, and a lot of people can say, I don't think that that's true. And of course, everybody has their own opinions. I've read a lot of research on the topic, more and more is coming. There is something unique about the approach itself. Just because you allow your child to follow his own instincts and feed himself in his own pace, then they learn how to self-regulate their appetite right from the start. Of course, that's not that much true for a 6-month-old baby because they don't really relate hunger to solid food at that time. When they're hungry, they want milk. But when your baby grows up a bit, they would know that this solid food actually can satisfy their hunger. And they eat until they're full. That's it. A lot of people can argue that if you spoon-feed your baby with puree, you can do the same thing. And maybe it's true if you're very responsive in the way you spoon-feed your baby, which means you wait for them to show you that they want more. You never force them consciously or unconsciously. Then maybe you can get the same result. However, who has time to sit down and spoon-feed your babies for an hour? Sometimes, especially in the beginning, feeding babies takes a lot of time. The second reason why I love it is that it enhances confidence and boosts independence. Babies absolutely love to do things for themselves. They're so happy managing, and that's how they build their self-esteem. That's how we adults as well build out our self-esteem. The third one is learning how to chew. When babies are spoon-fed, they learn how to swallow and they don't learn how to chew. You have to give them food that they need to munch on it in order for them to learn the chewing skills. And why the chewing skills are so important? Because they help with the speech production in the future, because they help for the developing of healthy teeth. And according to research, if we miss the opportunity to start babies on solid food and allowing them to chew, and in the time when their capabilities to chew arise, which is between 6 and 9 months, then they can have some issues with handling a lumpy food in the future. And the last thing, baby-led weaning, it's much more healthy for the whole family. When you do baby-led weaning, you have to include your baby in the family meals, and they eat what you eat. You don't cook separately. So you have to make sure that you have only healthy food or food that you want your baby to try on the table. Honestly, if your diet is not healthy, if you know that you don't want to improve your diet or you cannot improve your diet in the future, you would rather buy the baby food from the shops because at least it won't have the same quantity of salt and sugar as most packaged food would have at home. There are many other benefits of baby-led weaning, and I can talk on the subject for hours. I'm very passionate about this concept. I just want to share with you, spoon feeding is not necessary. I know that it's so deeply engraved in our minds, and it's normal. All the movies we watched, the way we've been weaned when we were little. Now we know better. Experts say there is no point of starting your baby on solid food before 6 months. There aren't any benefits, and maybe it can be even harmful. So if you wait until 6 months, you might as well just skip the whole puree phase. Spoon feeding on itself, it's designed for premature feeding, and it's a very passive way of feeding babies. Now we know better, so just give it a try. And honestly, everyone who has done baby-led weaning, including me, I've done a lot of research on the topic, we just love it. Now I would love to hear from you. What is it that you want to know more about baby-led weaning? What are the things that are stopping you to try this approach with your baby, and what other questions you may have? So please leave me a comment in the comment box below, and if you like this video, please give me a thumb up. It will totally make my day, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye!